New technology, instead of bringing us greater freedom, would have snuffed out fundamental rights we'd always taken for granted. And I realized that day, talking to Peter, that I couldn't let that happen.
When SOPA was introduced in October 2011, it was considered inevitable. Our strategy when it first came out was to hopefully slow the bill down, maybe weaken it a little bit, but even we didn't think that we would be able to stop this bill.
Having worked in Washington, what you learn is that typically in Washington, the legislative fights are fights between different sets of corporate moneyed interests. They're all duking it out to pass legislation. And the fights that are the closest are when you have one set of corporate interests against another set of corporate interests, and they're financially equally matched in terms of campaign contributions and lobbying. Those are the closest ones. The ones that aren't even fights, typically, are ones where all the money is on one side, all the corporations are on one side, and it's just millions of people on the other side.
Haven't seen anything like PIPA and SOPA in all my time in public service. There were more than 40 United States senators on that bill as co-sponsors. So there were already a long, long way to getting the 60 votes to have it clear all the procedural hoops.
Even I began to doubt myself. It was a rough period.
Schwartz and Demand Progress were able to marshal enormous support, using traditional outreach combined with commonly used voice-over IP to make it very easy for people to call Congress.
I've never met anybody else who was able to operate at his level, both on the technological side and on